This is a true story of 7 strangers thrown together to form Team Chester.
Since there were open spots.
They were forced to work together to make Team Chester stand out from the crowded censor business. So see what happens when students stop being polite and start getting professional. The management team consisted of Maricela, Raul, Ksenia, Kasha, Jonathan, Mary, and Catherine.
Early on, it was agreed that Team Chester will work as an all-for-one, one-for-all team. You may know this as a committee as a whole. This would avoid finger-pointing when decisions made did not meet an expected outcome. Our goal today is to try and answer in the best way possible 3 very simple questions. What strategy did Team Chester use? What factors contributed to Team Chester's overall performance and competitive positioning? And lastly, given Team Chester's company position at the conclusion of the final round, what would the management team do over the next 3 to 5 years to significantly improve performance? During the practice round, Team Chester did pretty good, even coming in first place. We were feeling pretty good about the simulation, so when the first official decision had to be made, it seemed like the best thing to do was just to rest on our laurels. Team Chester sat back and rode the waves all the way to the first place in round 1. We patted each other on the back and thought the simulation was pretty easy, until we got to round 2. Round 2 was a slap in the face. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap! Team Chester went from being in first to being in 5th place. Now something had to be done, and the only logical solution was to come up with a strategy. What kind of strategy can Team Chester employ to get out of 5th place and back into 1st? That was the question of the night. We didn't have a clue what to do other than plug in some numbers and hope for a Hail Mary. Obviously, this wasn't the best course of action, so in the end we thought we should differentiate ourselves on all the segments. We positioned our products where we thought customers would purchase the products. This included the low-end segments. Why did we improve our low-end segments, you may ask? Who knows, obviously we didn't. As you can see in year 1, Team Chester improved on Cedar even though age and price were the most important factors for customers. We invested in R&D even though we didn't have to. We might as well have thrown R&D budget out the window. It probably would have helped other people instead of our company. By year 8, we had to move out of selling Cedar, our low-end product, since we lost significant market shares and we basically could not give away our product. Improving on Cedar was not our only mistake. As a team, we failed to make investments in both our sales and promotion budgets. We capped our budgets at $1 million, while the rest of the teams had over $1.5 million in budgets. We just really wanted to see profits being generated from all our products, and we noticed our performance product, Coat, kept losing money. So we jumped the gun and decided to dump the product. We had a liquidation sale and sold off all our inventory, capacity, and automation. Had we had any hindsight, we probably should have improved the product to make it better since all the other teams jumped out of the segment. In the 4th round, we wanted to introduce a new product to try to be a niche differentiator. We came out with Combat, a high-end sensor that will dominate sales. We bought automation and capacity, but what we failed to do was pay attention to the sales and promotion budgets for this product, just like previous rounds. Had we not learned anything by now? By the end of round 4, we were in dire need of help. So we went to the man with a plan, the professor, for that help. The professor did what he did best. He reviewed the Courier reports and provided some feedback. We all nodded our heads and said our thank yous, but as soon as he left, we all asked, what did he say again? Our differentiation strategy seemed to work in some segments, but the mistakes we made on other products was killing our company. We weren't working at full capacity in 2 key segments, traditional and low. Team Chester had the lowest production versus capacity numbers from all the other teams, and we failed to notice this until round 7, when the professor pointed it out. But then it was probably too late to make drastic changes to our production. Even with all our mistakes, Team Chester's market share did not significantly drop. Here's a comparison of Team Chester's market share from year 1 to year 8. Team Chester's market share dropped by 3.63% over 8 years. This number isn't that bad considering Team Chester was only producing 4 products compared to the 6 Team Erie was producing and 8 for Team Ferris. Go Team Ferris! We believe being a broad differentiator in only 4 segments helped Team Chester stay in the black and kept the company smack dab in the middle. If you look at our positioning, we were right on target each segment. Our biggest competitor is Team Erie, and we are neck and neck in 2 segments. So let's recap on the decisions that led to Team Chester becoming just a mediocre team. First, the list of things we did wrong. Being clueless on what to do, below average sales and promotion budgets, buying automation late in the game, not being able to produce enough inventory because we didn't buy capacity, not having a strategy in place until 3rd round, improving a product that didn't need improving because customers didn't really care about improvements, just price and age, not utilizing our workers by having them underproduce, being antsy and dumping a product that could have made Chester stand out from the other teams. This list could probably go on much longer, but we only have 10 minutes to present. Now with a list of things we did do correctly. It's a little shorter than the mistakes we made throughout the years. As you can see, it just shows 2 pictures of our sales of our product, Combat. We came in 2nd place in year 2020 and 2021. So, if we knew what we know now, we would definitely introduce new products in both performance and size because the segments are underserviced. We can price the products higher than the expected amount since all companies experience stockouts. Invest in automation to keep costs low, increasing capacity as to not overwork our employees. Read the manual thoroughly instead of just glancing over it. Invest in employee training in order to have a skilled workforce and keep turnover rates low. And borrow some more money. To conclude, we did a pretty good job considering Team Chester came in 4th place with just 4 products compared to the 5 or more the rest of the teams had. Thanks for listening, and does anyone have any questions? No? Awesome, you guys have a good night.